Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
I downloaded what is it called? TeacherKit. I downloaded TeacherKit.
Yes.
And I thought it was cool how it has all those features and everything all in just one device. But every time I clicked on the behavior tab, it crashed. So that was kind of annoying.
Weird. Okay.
I like the idea of it in theory, but then I read some reviews online because I didn't get to really use it, but in a class. But a lot of the negative reviews were that it works really well on iPad, but it doesn't work really well on a Windows tablet. So I guess these devices are cool, but they're not. I guess not everyone can use them, but I thought sorry, go ahead.
No. Just I was going to say what you were talking about Class Dojo. I'm not sure that I could organize myself like 100% on technology. I mean, even this Skype call, we can't. We're not going to be able to make it through the whole thing without it crashing. Right. And being in Thailand and China makes it extra hard. Yeah. So that's always a drawback for me with these. They're really cool and there's so much potential, but I don't think I could go 100% into them.
Yeah, for me, there's things I would try, and they're almost like experiments that I would try.
Yeah.
And if they work in class, I would keep using them. But and I think with most of them, there's some things I would try, and then I would I wouldn't rely on them. I would keep paper copies and backups too.
Yeah, exactly.
So that.
Exactly. Okay, so let's see. The other one I did was the Teachers Class Behavior free app, which means, of course, that there's a paid version. So there's always that too.
Right.
And I did download this, and the same as you, I haven't actually used it in the classroom, so I don't know how good it would be. But basically it is a way to track and record student behavior. And as far as I can tell, that's specifically, bad behavior. It's not a positive reinforcement thing. It's just a tool for, so like basically it had an option like Tommy did not raise his hand and you would like click it on your phone and you would track that. So you'd have a whole tracking system for Tommy and you'd know that 6 times today he didn't raise his hand or he didn't do whatever it was. So what I liked is that obviously that's helpful when you are trying to track a kid really closely. And we've done that with some students this year. We've had, someone come in and do observations and they need to like get that data. You're talking about a behavioral problem and you need to prove it or like have concrete data. So in that sense, it could be really helpful if you want to say, okay, no, really, like this kid threw things 10 times today in my class. I don't know how much you can modify it or customize it. That might have been the upgrade where you pay and you can, be a little more specific. So I don't know that I would use it because of that. I don't know for sure how you would use it other than just tracking and then something bigger. Like I wouldn't want to use it in a way where I'm like, okay, Tommy, you didn't raise your hand, 6 times today. Look, I've been tracking it on my phone. Like that could backfire. I don't really like that. So it was helpful if you really need a specific tracker. Other than that, I didn't see a lot of like potential in how it would be used for classroom management.
Wow, that's interesting. Because I'm usually kind of I don't like to just keep things only negative either. So that's I'm sure it's effective for some reasons, like you said, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable just taking away points. It seems too
I think the
negative.
Yeah, it is. It's negative, and that's no fun for me either. And I think maybe this has happened to you. I've seen teachers who are like out to get the kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real thing. And there are plenty of students who need more boundaries and they need, you know, procedures and tracking and everything. We definitely have students like that.
Yeah.
But then on the other end, I've just seen people use tools like this in such it's like a kind of a petty, like, well, look what you were doing at 1:30. So that is my worry, that it very quickly gets turned around into like just a weird sort of middle school game, not an actual like helpful tool.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I can remember being a student myself and having some teachers and people like that, and it never worked for me. And what I observed is it doesn't really get the results that you want, which is better behavior.
Well, right.
So
I don't think you're going to get what you think you're going to get here.
Right, you might be fooling yourself a little bit with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Great. I guess two other like really simple. I looked at the noise.
I did look at that and then decided I didn't want to read it.
I know. I looked at it and I like tested it out, and I was like trying to make a lot of noise. And you can change the sensitivity, and you can make it pretty sensitive to noise. I don't know if I would use that. I think it's kind of cool how there's a display for that. Mm-hmm. Maybe it would be helpful to use if you have a projector and you put that up at the front of your room. I probably wouldn't use it, but it's nice to know that if you have a class that is really, really bad on that, maybe that would you know, if that's what you need to do, then go ahead and use that. But I probably won't use it anytime soon. But
now, what I would maybe do is, I like the idea of having a procedure for when things do get too loud. Like, obviously, that's a good thing.
Right.
And you might be able to have some sort of visual cue. But yes, when I opened that, I was like, I didn't like how it looked or felt. And at least I know the classes that I teach, I don't think they would respond to it well. They would think it was kind of dumb and would probably get louder, actually, just to like make a point. So
some kids might see that and go up to the speaker and start clapping,
it's totally
screaming into it. Yeah. So another potential backfire.
Yes. Yes. It's good. It's good to think about how they might backfire before you use them in your class.
Yeah, you got to analyze it from, you know, every possible way.
So the last one that I looked at was the sand timer.
I looked
which
at that
I mean, the app itself was like fine. I mean, it's just a sand timer, a digitalized one. So I was trying to think a little bit more about using that visual representation of time, because that can be very helpful. You too, I'm sure I have a lot of, you know, English language learners. So if I have different ways to do that, it's better. Time limits are always helpful for students and myself. So, you know, I kind of wrote a little bit about how you can use timers. It was fun too, because I got on Pinterest to look at, like, clearly I know, I should use a timer in my classroom when they're doing an activity. But it was cool to look up some different ideas. So one that was recommended was to actually have a calm down corner, even for like middle school, which is what I teach, and they need calm down time. It's basically like a mini timeout. But in this case, what they do is you like have a space and you make like a calm